Hi. It's Sunday. Kids are elsewhere. They want to be in video today. So it's just us.
They're a little restless. Huh?
Yep. I heard banging and
Ready to
things.
go home?
Probably ready to go home. Yeah, it's getting late. So
Somebody was long-winded in this.
long, 40 minutes. Yeah. When I took my recording, I'm like, that was long. But whatever. People need to get saved, so they need to hear it. I'm sure the whole thing was good too. It's really good.
Oh.
It was excellent.
Hit all the notes.
Hit all the notes. Yeah, I did. No, you can't hit all the notes. That's the whole point of the sermon.
They have no idea what we're
I
talking
have
about.
no idea what we're talking about.
You want to bring other people into the conversation?
I guess we should. Hi, other people in the conversation. We interrupt our ramblings for more ramblings.
Hi, Joshua.
Hey, there's Joshua. Preached about how you can be sure you're saved. And I was giving the example of being a band nerd and trying to get all the notes right. And how some people try and get all the notes right. And some people try and get all the answers right in school. Like her. And you can't do that. And that's not how being a Christian works.
I didn't make it into the sermon apparently. That's cool.
What?
I didn't make it into the sermon apparently.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
cool. It's funny because we both had that tendency, just in different things.
What? Get it all right?
That obsession of getting it all right, but in different things. So.
Hey, look, it's Micah. Hi, Micah.
Hi.
Okay, bye.
His brother flicked him in the eye a few minutes ago. So.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Lady came back to church this week that came and visited a couple weeks ago.
Accident.
And she wanted to be a part of our chat. And so that's cool.
I found out a little more of her story today too, and so.
I'm good because I have no
Yeah.
idea. I just said hi.
She's between two cities, and she'll be back and forth. So.
Between two cities. So you had a tale of two cities. Is she going through the best and worst of times?
You know, my understanding is she's a part of another like-minded church on the other side of the island, and just wants one to come to while she's coming on this side of the island. So.
Aha.
So she's in between both.
Boink.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it's a similar idea. We still get solid, good 5 families represented in each service at least. And it's a variety. Some have children, some it's just a single person, and some are as a couple. But, the way I look at it is by households as far as measuring growth, not number of people, right? So,
Yep.
as far as church growth long term. And so we've been maintaining that number fairly consistently, probably since the beginning of the year, a good 5 households per service. So.
Sometimes for both services.
And
Depends
so
if they show up or not.
Numerically, that adds up a lot of different ways, depending on who's sick and who's not, and what groups come. But it's been really consistent. I think this is the first time probably ever that we've had such consistency overall in attendance.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it's
See
been
her-
really neat.
see
A lot
her
of people are
pretty
really
new dress?
plugging in.
I like your dress.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I haven't had anything purple in a while. I
I
don't
know.
think so.
I like it.
Purple.
Decided to say that on camera.
You get purple. Awesome. But,
Yeah, more blue. Lots of blue. All blue.
yeah.
On our blue wall.
Yeah, so we're not numbers people, but we do try to evaluate how are things going, and it's nice to see that consistency. And as we're going into Easter, almost every year we get at least a new family that'll get plugged in, and we have some that are not sure, they're still kind of checking it out, but they've been coming pretty consistently.
Yep.
And so just kind of see what God does with that, right? We're not pushy people, we're not pressuring people, but sometimes takes a little bit of intentionality, and always trying to find the balance, and that is fun.
Follow up with them, talk to them when they're available, and find out where they are little by little. Some are just going to be here to be here.
No
Some
matter
are
what
gonna
we
be
do,
here.
exactly. There's going to be some people that just are always
They
going to be
will
the
not
Sunday
do
morning
anything.
people.
Yep.
They won't do anything. Some it's because they're more introverted by nature, like almost to the extreme. And we accept them and love them as they are. And then other people want to go deep, and we're there for that too. And I was telling somebody the other day, she said, I invited her from the homeschooling group, and she said that, it sounds nice and relaxed. And I was like, that's kind of how we intend to be. Not so formal and untouchable that someone can't even come in the door, that prevents that, but also deep enough for the people that want to go deep. And so something that's a good balance in between that we feel is very biblically sound. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus the preaching is really deep every week, and it's awesome. So
Well, that's what I'd be referring to, the deep part.
the preaching. I figured it was a shallow part because it's me.
Well, maybe in your head. Yeah, the deep part. The reason that you're here is to learn more, to know God, to grow. And even today, we're encouraging one of our very long-term members, to continue to ideas of creating a community. So there's always room to grow.
Yeah, actually, talk
For
to people
those
when you need
who,
help.
yeah, there's always room to grow when there's room to grow. So when you want to, there's always room to grow. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what age you are. So, yeah. So not so put offish that other people wouldn't come that are not super like-minded, but a place where they can come in and feel comfortable, but also a place where others can go deep and learn.
Plus, I'm gonna tell them all they're sinners and they need to get saved.
Whatever.
I did that this morning. It's true.
Joshua, what did we play today?
Bat and moth.
In
No,
Spanish.
en español. What's the word? Murciélago.
It's a hard word to say.
Murciélago.
It's funny,
Can you say that?
our,
I was like, what's that? I have no idea what that means.
Our native Spanish-speaking girl was one. She was the bat because she's the only one that could say the word well. And
Yeah.
how do we play bat?
The person that's the bat says Murciélago, and the person that's moth
Can't see you behind my head.
has to say moth in Spanish.
Moth
did
in
that-
Spanish.
How was that, Micah?
What's the word for moth in Spanish?
Michael was the moth.
Fun.
What's the word for moth?
I forgot.
Polilla.
Polilla.
Which we learned is actually not the word for moth here. But
No, here
that's
it's
what they
it's the
do.
word for termite bugs, termite
Yeah.
eggs,
But either way, it could be bat food too.
which
so.
are basically polilla.
Yeah.
So
So it's basically a version of Marco Polo. Everybody else is around, makes a circle, and they're just trees. And if the person that's the bat and the person that's the moth are both blindfolded, and they,
did you blindfold kids last week too?
yeah, I did.
Yep.
And so this is why we have two people in the class.
I was blind, but now I see.
And so anytime they get close to the exterior, they're supposed to say audible. That way they know that they're too close to the exterior and
Tree.
be able to stay in the middle. And then
I know the tree.
and then the bat is basically sending off their echo. And then so the polilla would say polilla, Marco Polo, right? Back and forth until the thing gets captured. And so our girl
That
definitely
sounded.
she ate the moth twice and she figured it out. So it was kind of funny. Jeremiah though, who was the moth, he was cheating. He kept taking his blindfold off the
Well, it came to
threw
tree.
it
It was
away.
bent down on its head, like ah.
Yeah.
Like what are you
They were a
doing?
little confused at first, but once they got the hang of it, they figured it out. And
What was the lesson about?
so the lesson was about, and we were using this example to see sometimes we have to trust in the things that we're hearing versus, you know, what we can actually see or touch or feel. And so we were talking about the children of Israel finally seeing the promised land. And so we know it says Joshua and Caleb, right? The
Oh,
basic
yeah.
story of it.
10 were bad and 2 were good.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
do that one?
I did. We taught it to the kids for the first time, and I realized that even my kids didn't know it because we don't really use a lot of the kidsy songs here because we do a lot of the singing in the service, and we just dismiss for the lesson itself. And so they thought it was hilarious. There's a lot of
Well,
giggling.
man, I only have one hand because my other hand's holding the stepping stick.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just half.
12. If you don't know it, you got to use your ears to get the other 12. And so the basic story, if you don't know it, if you grew up in church, you know
10
the
were bad
story.
and 2 were
If
good.
you don't, then Moses gets to the promised land all the way back and bring it all the way back because we've been going through all the way through Genesis, all the way back to Genesis. They were promised this promised land. Finally, they're there, ready to go in. They've taken the children of Israel. God has shown them who they are and who He is, how to worship them, how to please Him, and they're getting it wrong, but God is still with them, right? And Moses keeps
Keep getting it wrong.
Yeah, and Moses keeps interceding, you know, and they're ready to go in. And Moses, in his wisdom, sends some people in. Let's check it out, you know, see what kind of thing we're getting into, because obviously this land was not going to be empty. That would be too easy. And so, yeah, he goes in and checks it out, and most of the guys came back and they're like, "It's a great land, but it's kind of occupied, you know. There's giants, and we're not going to be." And it shows in the little video they do, the little paper bag kids, they're crying all night, and Joseph and Caleb, you know, they're ripping their clothes and they're saying, you know, look, it doesn't matter, it's cool, God's got this, and so, you know, I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Yeah.
And let's go, you know, and they end up getting punished for that because of the people that and Moses
Round and round.
the Moses intercedes and
Joshua.
and they forgives them. You've already been told. You're just showing out. You
We
need
don't
to
do
stop.
that.
He's just, of course, entertaining. He's gonna be an entertainer.
Yep.
And
Is
like,
he? Probably.
I don't know, but
That's Andrew.
anyway, so That's what it is. And what the whole theme right now of the next couple of weeks is, what is sin itself? What is it?
Nice.
And so
Fun.
even though they didn't do anything against God, they in their thoughts they weren't submitting to this idea of going into the land, and so they had to be punished for that sin. And so, and the idea of setting our heart on the things of God versus our own thoughts and mind.
I talked about sin this morning too.
And why God, wouldn't let them go in after that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this crazy thing, these people that they saw the plagues, they saw the things, they saw the fire. Even just not recently, they had seen the whole calf incident, and they still were afraid of these people. So, and it's easy to criticize, but we probably would have done the same thing. So
They were like grasshoppers. It's tiny. They were like polilla.
or
Or not
mariposa.
polilla. Mariposa fea. I don't know the word for moth, and they use
Yeah,
it.
we found
It is
them.
murciélago, but they don't use that here much, so it's
No,
kinda
that's
funny.
a bat.
Oh yeah, bat. Moth.
So yeah, that was
Spanish
class.
lesson of the day. We don't know that word.
That was class, and then connecting with Christ that there's sin and they were going to commit it, but that Christ comes and plays that. And then we're also talking about China, missions.
I
in
saw
China.
Great Wall of China all over your classroom today.
Yeah, talking about missions in China.
Cool. Mission in China. Thanks for sharing. Whatever it is.
The tack.
Did you sit on it, Micah? Speaking of children's church songs. Ow. The devil doesn't like you sit on a tack.
Yeah.
That's the way I grew up, bus songs.
Yeah.
Y'all know our background.
We don't like some of them though, because some of them are not super biblical.
No, but
They're fun.
They're
but
fun.
But we want to make sure all the things are biblical,
Yeah.
as much as we can.
Yep.
So anyway,
No,
that's where we are.
I preached on sin. I did sin today too. It was mostly about repentance, how you can be sure. We finished our Matthew chapter 12 today, and
It's using the passage about the Queen of Sheba coming and the sign of Jonah and the
Yep.
evidence that.
I'm like, hey everybody, what's the sign of Jonah? And they're like, I don't know. I had just mentioned about people want to get all the answers right in school, and the only one answer was my wife.
I didn't want to answer.
It's the resurrection. They got it in second service though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they answered. They're like, yay, these people are smart. They know things. Yay, good job.
But that group is actually our Spanish service is people who have been in church longer, more mature in their faith.
Yep. Our English
overall.
service was kind of not awake this morning, but that's okay. They were a little suave.
Well, it's
Tranquilo.
mostly single guys and a young couple that
And
they're new in
introverts.
church.
Yeah,
so
I know.
yeah,
They're like,
so-
whatever. It's all good. Next week we're doing something different. We're doing a question Sunday. That's gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah, we got some interesting ones that have come up, and we've considered some of the regular ones, like modesty. What's the Bible say about that? Things like, could a person who's homosexual, could they be saved?
Yep.
Where the
Somebody
giants
asked them where
come
the
from.
Nephilim come from in Genesis.
But some people don't know that word. So where do the giants come from?
I know.
Um,
A YouTube video just showed us that apparently.
yeah, it's funny because Google is probably listening.
Google was listening to us again. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
But it's just a lot of things that we've been telling people, don't hold back, ask whatever.
Yep.
And so
So I'll get them all on like Friday.
we've also
I told
gotten
them to give
like,
them to me
why
by
does God
Wednesday.
allow so much mad in the world?
Yep.
Why
Hey
is-
Jeremiah.
Why is that allowed? So
Hi Jeremiah. Were you a moth?
he was a guitar player. He played guitar all morning while you were leading
Did he?
music.
He likes to strum along.
He sits wherever he's sitting for the week. He
I think
usually
he sat
finds
with Miss Irma today. I saw you over there.
he finds a different person to sit with every week.
Pretty much. Yep.
So-
Hey, we'll do that next Sunday. Bible studies go on this week still. I don't know where we're meeting tomorrow. I don't know whose house we're going to tomorrow. I
Yeah,
gotta
it's a
figure
little
that
up in the
out.
air, and I'm still.
Everybody thought we were meeting at the other person's house. Like, no. And so nobody knows where we're going to be. And then I think one of you guys wants to come to Bible study. So,
Oh yeah.
yep. Yeah, he's asked about it. Today. English Bible study. So we'll see if he makes the trek all the way up to Mocha.
Oh, for
Little bit of a
Mocha, I was
ride.
thinking Saturday.
No,
Yeah,
for
that would be fun.
Friday and Monday in Monday nights are English Bible study, and then Thursday at church one more week, and we're gonna go daytime, and then Saturday I'm meeting with two guys at my house, so we're doing 3 of them every week now. Did that yesterday only with one of them, but
Yep. And then we're gonna have a
so-
meeting to start Easter plans. We're trying to decide
Yeah.
between like, should we do the inflatables and the Easter egg hunt and all the things, or do we hold it back a little bit? And so
basically we're gonna tell the church this is what we can do if
gonna
you
set
guys
a
if
budget,
you guys pay for it.
and we'll set a budget, and then we'll see. If we don't believe in debt for the church and
Nope.
debt for big events or anything like that, and so if we don't have it,
We won't do it.
then we won't do it.
We'll have
So,
church.
Yeah, And so almost every year we've done a bit of an Easter egg hunt at least.
Yep, we get eggs and candy and stuff.
Inflatables and stuff could be fun, but
I want to jump in the inflatable.
I want to have a inflatable.
Yeah, we know.
we'll see. Yeah.
But either way, we're planning on having some new stuff going on. Every year, as we get closer to Easter, every year we see new people coming. But this year we see people before Easter. So if we get those people plus the Easter people, it'll be kind of cool. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so pray for us for wisdom.
Start praying for us
going
now as
into
we get
that,
ready for that. And we want the church
That's
to
our
kind
next
of,
big day.
we want them to kind of step up and make some of the decisions and decide how to do it and maybe volunteer for things. And of course, pay for things. That's part of
and
ownership.
we could potentially, with ministry fundage, just as
Fundage.
as missionaries, we have some funds
We
that
can
we
do all the
raise
things,
for
yeah.
that. But we want the church to be their church. Our whole goal is we are missionary pastor, so we are only here not permanently, not to create a big name for ourselves and run all the things, but for somebody else, to train leadership, to train others, discipleship, and so for them to own it.
Right, and so that means that as we go along, they take more responsibility for it. They make
You're
more
gonna make
decisions. We
decisions.
lead them in the right direction. They decide what to do, and that way they take ownership of it more than we do. If we have a certain idea, like, well, why don't you do that? Like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Well, then I guess we won't do it because you don't want
So
to do it.
grandma send the kids away and tell them if they're just here to make faces.
They're just
to
making
go
faces,
away.
yeah.
Sorry,
Grandma,
Grandma.
every week she's like, oh, I love you, the kids. The big kids are hiding this week. Sorry, they don't want to come on video.
Yeah, reading a book.
Reading books, yes. But anyway, so yeah, we got about 5 weeks, 6 weeks till Easter? 6 weeks till Easter, I think. Maybe 7, something like that. And so we got some ideas. Throw them out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
She's helping me plan. She's the planner, not me. I am the, let's just have Easter. How's it going to look? I have no idea. Let's have Easter. Well, it happens every year, whether we
do Christmas.
do Christmas, we
Stand up for you.
we have church, what is it, we do church or have
Do
church?
yeah. I can't stand that.
You didn't like that one.
Yeah,
We're going to have church,
pesky.
y'all.
I'm gonna butcher grammar and then I can't stand
Do church.
It's about the concept of it, it's not something you just have. You do. It's
Here we
more
go.
than that. It's too deep.
We are the church. So we are church. That's our church on Sunday.
Just church. We're gonna
We're gonna church on Sunday. Use the church as a verb now.
a new T-shirt.
New church.
Less church.
What?
Less church.
Let's church. Yeah. Hashtag. No.
Less Jesus.
Not as good as the other one though that we came
Let's
up with for a
Jesus.
T-shirt.
Oh, I don't remember.
Fat but functional. It's way better.
Oh,
It's not a church shirt. It's funny.
It's mean.
It's hilarious, and we would sell millions. Hashtag copyright me. I came up with it. Actually, somebody else in my family did, but
That's not your own copyright. Just saying.
hashtag. What?
That's not your own.
What's not?
You can't claim that's copyright
Why not?
issues.
Why not?
Because it wasn't yours.
But I said I was gonna make it into a T-shirt, and I know how to make T-shirts.
So you're just the one that stole that idea.
This is where we're getting the rambling phase of the video, and we should be done by now because we're just being funny.
Yeah,
Because we don't have
Micah's
anything else to
face
say. It's
says so.
important. And Micah's like,
Arm cross.
Hey Micah, you having fun looking at my new sound system setup over there on Sunday mornings? All the flashy lights and the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you gonna learn how to do that for me one of these days?
Yes.
Do you wanna go push all the buttons?
Yeah.
Can you push all the buttons?
No.
No, you
I had to
cannot.
think about that.
Is this a trick question?
I can.
I mean, I have the ability to push all the buttons, yes. I moved the sound system, so now they can see my computer and everything on the floor until I get a desk in here, which I have one downstairs. I gotta get
Mike
it.
is definitely interested in this. He's also
He's
watching me
engineer.
doing the video editing on Sundays.
Yeah, he's watching it. He's gonna be our maybe our sound. You wanna be our sound guy? You learn from Mr. Scott. He's a professional. I'm not. I'm the guy who lets the microphone hang down by your pant leg the whole service and not know it's there. Last Sunday, our audio guy is like, that audio is really bad. I'm like, I don't know why. I looked down, my microphone was on my
And you can
head
hear it
falling
when it
off.
hits your leg.
And we listened to the video because it was down by my pants the whole
Or we
time.
hit your leg when you move.
He's like, the other one came out pretty good. Yeah, that's because the microphone was on. Anyway.
And you were trying to blame the baby that was there. There was a baby babbling the whole time. It was cute.
I wasn't
but it
blaming him for the bad
baby.
sound quality. I was blaming him for nothing. I just thought it was
No.
cute. It didn't bother me at all. I like baby noises. It means the church is alive. We don't mind baby noises and stuff. But yeah, we're still working on that. It's good to have a guy that fixes it and tells me. He tells me that was bad.
Yeah, that's
That
where we are.
one-
Keep praying for the next upcoming things and
Yep.
still wisdom with all the new folks. And
Working with, like I said, right now, especially for a guy named Alex. Keep praying for Alex. He needs to get saved, and so with the Bible studies and stuff.
Then we
but
have some
especially
other
for
ones that
that.
have been with us for years, and they really need to understand this idea of community. So
Yeah, that too. That they'll actually ask for help when they need help and prayer requests.
they'd
and
be
that
the
kind of
ones
stuff.
to lead. So the same idea, training leadership. And so even if they're
Yeah.
never in an official full-time position in the church, to lead with things in their faith, with how they to live out their faith.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
to be able to lead in
Take
this community.
responsibility
So
and yep.
if we're not bothering other people to share our problems and ask for prayer, we're actually teaching how to share these things and to be vulnerable and to be humble. So.
Yep. Not perfect, fake Christians all the time, which is just being a hypocrite.
And just a part of
being
my
real.
testimony, I believed that growing up. I believed that everyone was so amazing and I could never be that. And I doubted myself a lot. And it even caused doubting my salvation and doubting other things because everyone just seemed so amazing and I just kept messing up. And I didn't understand because nobody at church ever talked about anything bad. Like, and it's not, we don't think you should just say all the bad things and stay there either.
No, please don't do that.
You know, you can kill the vibe of an entire thing, but like I said, a pastor should be able to admit sin. Another person should be able to say, I was here, now I'm not, or
Yep.
hey, pray for me, I'm having a really hard time today, and it's okay.
Yep, exactly.
So-
And that creates a real church, not a
And
fake
there's
church.
discernment of when and how to do those things. But
Some people don't want
but
to do
be
it
able
at
to share.
all. They don't want to share anything. I got problems all day long, and if
And
I'll
somebody
be,
said
I'll be
today,
talking
you know,
about it all day, telling you all. I said, don't tell me all the things. Just pick one.
Somebody said today that if
Let's
they
pick
did that,
one.
then maybe if they're in the hospital after 3 weeks, they'll call.
Well, it
them
basically
for
told
help.
me, said, if you see it in the chat, if I put something in the chat, I really need help. I was like, okay, well, at least we know that now.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Again, there's a balance. There's a balance of
Yeah.
privacy. There's a balance of how much to share and what not to share. But you
Yeah.
should be able to share and to be able to know each other a little bit.
Exactly. I'm trying to do now, but get people to share things in our little. We started a WhatsApp chat.
It appears that we have several that are battling depression. So,
Yeah, that's definitely.
that's one that we keep showing
looking into
up.
that. That's one
So.
that's newer. Not new. I knew it to an extent, but like
People are
actually
starting
hearing
to
it
actually
from
say
them
it now. Yeah.
and seeing how to figure something out. That's all. Because I'm not a counselor by any means, but
Yeah, it's something I would like to pursue one day, but not
she
now.
wants to be a counselor. Like literally wants to get letters
I
after
think
her
it'd be
name and
a
stuff.
great accent. No, it's not what I want to do. I just think it'd be such a great asset to ministry.
I didn't mean just to get letters. I mean because you want to be able to do that, and you would have a.
Yes, because
a
we
degree,
believe that
which
the
means you have to
Bible
put
is
letters after your
amazing,
name.
and we believe it has the answer to all of life's spiritual issues and even physical. But we do believe there is a degree of professionalism that's needed in this as well. That there is more to it at times
Yeah,
than we give
exactly.
it credit. So.
Exactly, and we don't deny that
Especially in a church,
mental illness is a real thing, depression is a real thing, anxiety is a real thing. All that stuff is real,
Mm-hmm.
and the more we learn about the brain and the way it functions, and things, the better we can help people. And so,
Yeah, but in a way.
but she
that's,
loves that stuff. I'm like,
But we believe that the
Whatever,
tools
she
should
tells
be
me, I
used
believe it.
together, not necessarily independently of each other.
right?
So.
They don't have to be
And we don't believe that
anti-science. It's
there's
not
enough.
anti-Bible, and vice versa.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
But we don't believe there's enough in the Christian realm that actually pursue these things and a professional
No, but
realm
basically
either.
just tell people to get over it a lot of times, and that's not a good answer.
Or hide it, or just
Hide
pray
it.
more,
Just pray more, yeah, then you'll fix all your things. But sometimes it's not the answer.
count your blessings, name them one by one. And
Helps sometimes though.
it does.
Almost
And
anything
it's,
helps.
and it's not discrediting any of that. It's not always the answer, that's all.
Yeah. So
Sometimes it's more than that.
it takes somebody to know the difference to be able to know the difference. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
people
don't
who've
know.
experienced trauma and abuse and other things,
A lot of
even
that kind of
small
stuff,
traumas, learning the idea that all these little small insignificant seemingly things can add up to basically the same experience as a big trauma.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's
That was an
just,
interesting fact.
just a little situation where I didn't feel heard or validated or important over and over and over again can actually add up to a one single traumatic event.
Yeah, that was new. Didn't know.
It's a fascinating
Like
thing.
that. Yeah. So
So.
she loves this kind of stuff. She's listening all the time, and probably can get her into a program one of these days. When the kids get a little bit bigger, she has some more free time. Haha, free time. Yeah, right. What's that like?
I don't know.
You don't have free time. You work all day.
Maybe after you get your ducks in a row. No, I'm just kidding.
My ducks,
Yeah, your
they are in different ponds. I have no interest in going back to school whatsoever. She does though. She's smart though. She was a good student. As I said in my sermon this morning, I was not. Oh yeah, just keep doing that. We just
He's still making faces.
kind of keep ignoring him. But anyway, so yeah, maybe she could do that one. So now she wants to do for her future thing, and I just want to do what I'm doing
It's
now.
funny because as
I'm good.
a child, I really thought medicine. That's what I want to do. I want to work in the.
Well, it's kind of like medicine.
I want to go and I wanted to work with unknown illnesses and disorders and stuff. Not unknown, but not well studied. And I wanted to do more research and try to
Yeah.
help some of these things.
That's cool.
But I don't know. At times I'm like, I would have been a really good, one of those.
Rifle it all.
No, it's what I thought though. And
She's right. She would have been.
but the interest has never really left me as far as that. But I never felt called into it though, like I did missions.
Right.
And but the idea of counseling though, now seeing a lot more clearly, I really think that would be such
There's a large lack of that here, especially where we are, I think. on the
whether God
islands.
ever lets me do it or not, I don't know. But the idea of just making a connection or having a burden for that is definitely real. So,
Yep. Yep.
and seeing
so-
how much more of that is really needed even beyond.
Yep. Exactly. So maybe she could do that. 'Cause, like I said, not my thing. I'm more of the get over it
You
kind of
having
guy.
fun acting like the fish in Mario?
The fish and Mario. Yep. It's practicing.
That's what I was thinking.
Going stupid Mario level. Mario level 3.
It's another thing I smashed you in Super Mario 3. Just saying.
She beats me at all the video games now.
He is mad because I see it like once or twice, and then once I figure it out,
She
I
can beat me
win.
at Tetris. I walk out of it. She got 40,000 points. No, you did not. Level 10. Yes, you did. The kids are watching it. I used to be the best at Tetris. I used to be the best at Smash Brothers. I used to be the best at all the games.
I think you still beat me in Smash Brothers.
Occasionally. But now she beats me at everything.
Right, yeah.
And she doesn't even try. I can beat you at Road Rash.
You gotta beat me in things that are not analytical
Smash Bros.
because you're more. What do you call it?
I could beat you at Random Facts of Knowledge, Trivial Pursuit. I will always beat you at Trivial Pursuit because I know a lot of useless
That
stuff.
and anything that's more abstract,
Like what?
I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. Nothing. I can beat her at nothing.
On the spot,
Bowling.
what do you call it? Jones and what do you call it? Not
I
Jones
don't know.
and
I don't know what you're
not
talking
Jones
about.
and what do you call it?
Words? I can beat you at words.
Forget the thing, where you're intentionally doing like your mama jokes or something at people.
Oh, you mean snark?
No, but like
Sass?
2 people. You're doing
Like a rap battle?
but not a rap battle.
'Cause I don't know how I can't do that either. I'm white.
But it's not rap battle. It's like on the spot, like grilling people.
Yeah. Maybe.
You'd be better at that.
I can be better at that. And obviously I'm better at dad jokes because, well, I just am. Because I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Joshua's
We're
back.
totally randomly now.
randoming.
Bye, y'all.
So we'll see you guys next week. And you probably stopped listening about 10 minutes ago, and that's okay. If not, congratulations. You made it all the way through another SASS video. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
After we ask all our questions, we'll see how that goes. That should be fun.
Bye.
Bye.